All right, guys. So make a video. I've got some time. It's my day off. Still waiting for the sun to go down till I do cardio for my second time today. But about building muscle or what supplements to take for building muscle. So first off, taking into account that you already have your workout regimen down, you're building, you're lifting weights. You do need resistance exercise. Even though I've seen some amazing muscle transformations by guys that are locked up and do nothing but body weight type exercises, but or eventually they roll up the mats, do things like that. Have someone jump on their back while they do squats. So as long as you're doing the resistance training, and you always get this whole, is it 100%, is it 50% training, is it 50% diet, and it's 100% fucking everything. You got to be on point with your training, you got to be on point with your diet, and you got to be on point with your supplement regimen. And yeah, they're called supplements, but again, I'm coming to the whole point is that I could walk to work. My car is a supplement, but it makes a lot more fucking sense to use my car instead of walking my ass to work, isn't it? The AC is a supplement. I don't need the AC, but goddamn, it makes things a lot easier. The radio is a supplement. I don't need it to get to work, but goddamn, it helps a lot, doesn't it? Power steering helps a lot. I mean, if those of you that remember a time before power steering, because I do, yeah. So let's get to supplements, okay? Because I say that you don't need supplements. You got to get fuck you, fucking idiot. Or do you walk to work? No. Do you use shoes? Because you don't need shoes, but they're a supplement. Exactly. That's my whole point. This whole mentality of people is just ridiculously stupid. But we don't live in perfect worlds. Everyone has different body types, different types of muscle fibers, or you have the same types of muscle fibers, different kinds. Actually, there's been a few people where they find genetic anomalies. One of them was a bodybuilder that he looked amazing back in the 90s. But anyway, all right. Flex Wheeler, that was his name. All right. So getting down to the basic supplement. Protein. You can't go wrong with protein. If your body was a temple, obviously you need protein. You need cement to build that temple. And, if you have the work crew going in, you're giving them the cement to go ahead and try to build up that temple. You can't build it without it. So there's definitely the need to supplement your diet with protein. I can't imagine eating 6 to 7 meals a day. I drink 4 meals a day. I have 4 protein shakes, 1 protein bar, protein shake meal, and then an actual full meal before I go to bed at night. So I have at least 6 meals. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, usually around 3 o'clock. It's like clockwork. I'll wake up at 3 o'clock, come downstairs, and have a protein shake just because I'm hungry. So that's about it. But you're looking at about a gram of protein per pound of body weight. Right, if you're hitting that, you're good. I hit much higher than that. I probably weigh about 225. I easily hit 300, 350 on any given day. So, yeah, you always hear that's bad for your kidneys. Well, unless you have bad kidneys, you have kidney damage. And even then, there's studies that show that they supplemented them with, a gram of protein per body weight, and they had, they were near kidney failure already, and they didn't show any damage markers from the excess protein. So, a lot of, things to dispel. Protein out of the way. Protein down. Next supplement I recommend, and everyone who asks me about it, I always tell them, look, I know Redcon sells a great supplement, but I'm not going to push it on you. I'm going to push you on going to get creatine monohydrate anywhere else, be it Walmart, be it Albertsons, be it Walgreens, be it Amazon. They have a great creatine. Creatine comes in several forms. The initially creatine monohydrate was released in, I think, like 97 by EAS. It's a very great supplement company. It was initially just very, groundbreaking? I don't know, like revolutionary at its time. And they had released creatine back then and creatine monohydrate. And it works. And creatine monohydrate would be like your body's a temple, protein's a cement, and creatine would be you get one of those little bobcats to help you fucking move cement and shit or move cement bags from one place to another because it helps you restore ATP in your body, and ATP is what you use to contract your muscles. It turns into ADP once it's used, and then it gives it the extra phosphate so that it becomes triphosphate again. And they sell it, but creatine monohydrate itself is really, really inexpensive. This is $35. Now, why do I have it? I did not pay $35 for it. I'm always on the Redcon website. The only reason I have Tango is I took advantage and bought quite a few of these because they had them on sale for $19.99. And I had a 40% off coupon. See, and that's the whole thing is when I give you guys coupon codes, that's more than I get. My regular tier operator discount is 30%. The one I'm supposed to give you guys is 20%, but I'm always giving you guys at least 30% and 40% when I get a hold of them. It was 40%, so I got them for $12 a piece. That's a bargain. All right, not 35, 12 bucks a piece. That's a bargain. My friend runs a wholesale store and he buys them for 19 bucks a piece. So I got it for $7 cheaper than he does, and he runs a nutrition store. So that's why I have Tango, and it has creatine monohydrate. It has BT anhydrous, which helps you. It's been shown in certain studies to help with muscle recovery, fat loss, and it allows people that were bicycling to go, an extra distance. Creatine HCl, which is a different kind of creatine. Creatine Magnet Power, which is creatine with I believe they bond it to a magnesium. And taurine, which helps the uptake, and taurine's in everything. Like, it's in every pre-workout. It's in everything. And Lola, or L-ornithine L-aspartate, which also helps you push a little harder when you're working at the gym. So, just get creatine monohydrate. Now, I'm going to warn you, creatine monohydrate, there are people who respond to things really well and don't respond to other things. Just like some people respond to this exercise and some people get nothing from that exercise. Some people are creatine non-responders. Some people, creatine monohydrate gives them a very bad case of diarrhea. So, depending on that, you might need the more fancier creatines. But for the most part, if this is on sale, I highly recommend it. But if not, just get your creatine monohydrate at Sam's, Walmart. I don't go to Costco, so I don't know if Costco sells them, but I would go with that one. That's a second very important one. Probably 1,000 studies already showing you the effects of creatine, so it's going to help you get those extra reps. Creatine out of the way. So you have protein, creatine. Let's move on to things that are called protein synthesize, or they help maximize protein synthesis. In other words, the building of new muscle. All right, from whatever the amino acids that you're taking in. So we're going to start basic ones that are very popular is things like breach. They're branched chain amino acids. There's 3 branched chain amino acids, leucine, isoleucine, and valine. The main one you really just want to concentrate on is leucine, to be honest with you. That's the main one. Even though they all have, specific properties, L-leucine is the main one that signals your body. I believe it's mammalian target of rapamycin, or mTOR signaling, which signals the body to begin protein synthesis. And it's been shown that I think 3 to 5 gram dose goes ahead and does this. Now, usually a scoop of protein of 20 some grams would have about 2.5 grams. So, you can supplement with it extra several times throughout the day. It's, like I said, it's kind of like getting concrete it's like quickcrete, but it settles quicker, faster, it's easier to make, so that when your body's getting everything together, you're not having to add all these extra things to make sure it builds the extra muscle to that temple. So it's kind of like getting a much better, higher quality, refined. There you go. You're able to refine your cement a lot quicker. All right, and I have breached because I believe they were I got these. They were like, if you bought something, you get them free. I don't normally just get branched chain amino acids. What I get is something like Grunt, which is a branched chain amino acid, essential amino acid combination, and I drink them during my workouts. And I usually do 2 a days. I'll do cardio in the morning on my days off. So like today's Friday, it's not a gym day, so I do cardio in the morning, cardio in the afternoon. Tomorrow, Saturday, I go to the gym in the morning, and then I do cardio in the afternoon. So I take it during the gym. And what it has is the branched chain amino acids you're looking for, but it also has the essential amino acids you need to build muscle. So it's got the leucine, which is going to activate mTOR, which is going to tell your body to build muscle, and then it's giving it the exact amino acids it is. Now, the importance about this versus just taking a protein shake during the gym is there's this thing called amino acid uptake, and you're limited to the amount of amino acids that your body can uptake per hour, and I think it was like 9 grams. So if you take a 20-gram scoop of protein, the problem with that 20-gram scoop of protein is it has non-essential amino acids. You don't need them. Your body can make them out of the essential amino acids. The essential amino acids are the one you need, and I believe there's a total of 9, so it's 3, 6, 9. Yes, I'm correct. 9. So if I'm giving it 9 grams of just pure essential amino acids, I'm good to go. That would be the equivalent of me giving it like 4 scoops of protein. All right, so it's just a lot more efficient. You're making sure that you're priming your body for muscle protein synthesis. So I take this during workouts and during cardio. So I go through it a lot. A lot of times they do pop up at, they'll sell them for like $19.99. And like I said, I always find a coupon to use. Contact me, let me know, I'll find you a coupon. And I ended up getting them for 12 bucks a piece. Again, great deal. It's normally 35. I'll give you guys a 40% off coupon at the end of this. Okay, so let's move on. I talked about creatine and it, helping with ATP, turning ADP back into ATP. I found this recently. It was on Amazon. on Amazon. It was like 15 bucks. It's basically just ATP. It's adenosine 5-triphosphate disodium, and it's supposed to help you. It says it does. I'm using it. I just started using it. I don't know if, but it says muscle builder on it. But it's supposed to say, it says that it's supposed to help you do more reps. People gain more strength. They increased 147% more increase in strength for something. It's usually like a leg press. Like, it's just something like that. But something to think about. I'm not limiting you. 11 Bravo, it says mTOR activator or activation. Again, there's studies behind this product that show that it increases muscle protein synthesis. And they're on humans. And it's also, I believe, patented. So it's got science behind it. I've tried it. I used it. I'm going to be honest with you. Given the choice between this one and the one I'm going to tell you, I'm going to pick the next one 20 times over. And actually, we have this one, but we switched to just using the other one twice a day. And Moab, if you have asked me, I've probably told you about Moab. It is expensive. It's $65. Of course, you're never going to pay $65. I'm going to give you a 40% off coupon. But when you look at the amount of ingredients it has in it, that's the big reason why. So one of the main things is it has two metabolites of L-leucine. And leucine was the one I was telling you that activates mTOR, that's responsible for protein synthesis. It's that branched chain amino acid you really want. It has the HMB and the HICA. And to get the same amount of HMB and HICA in there, you would have to eat, I think it's like 60 grams of L-leucine at least per gram. Yeah, something. So you're looking at just impossibly eating protein all day and still not reaching the amount of it that it has in there. And there's studies behind both of these compounds. The HMB itself was sold, I believe it was called Rejuven, especially, and it was sold for elderly patients who suffer from sarcopenia or muscle wasting diseases. So there were several studies showing that it reversed muscle wasting in those conditions. It's been studied on AIDS patients, cancer patients, the same way to reverse muscle loss or severe catabolic states. And it reversed it. So imagine in a normal body where you're, exercising, and that's one of the key things. A lot of people will do 2-a-days. They do that CrossFit type workouts. You're putting your body under a lot of stress, and you're turning it catabolic. It's eating on itself, and this is going to prevent that completely, and it's going to switch on that anabolism or I guess growth. All right, muscle growth. All right, so it has those two. It also has vitamin D. Now, here's one of the things is I'm not going to talk to you guys. I'm telling you guys about supplements. I'm not going to talk to you guys about steroids. You want to learn about steroids, you can look up Chad Irons, and he is also a Redcon rep, but Chase Irons. He has his own YouTube. Cool dude. He has a lot of experience with that. I honestly would tell you, go to a doctor, get your levels checked. Right, do it right. If you severely have that, and it's going to bring me up to my next one. But vitamin D, testosterone deficiency has many times, or low testosterone, been linked to vitamin D deficiency. So by giving you vitamin D, if you are in fact low on T because of this deficiency, it's going to raise it up. So it has that. That's an important thing to have. It has epicatechin, which is a green tea. It's a green tea thing, but everyone, like, one of the biggest problems I have is I know I've reached kind of my genetic limit, and we have myostatin inhibitors. That's what they're called. They inhibit your ability to grow muscle, because when you think about our bodies, our bodies don't want to build muscle. They really don't, because it's extra energy to feed every day, and our bodies haven't evolved, all right, over the tens of thousands of years that we've been around. I found out something really cool, that apparently man and dog formed a relationship over 25,000 years ago. They found a cave dwelling where they had the paws of a wolf or dog walking next to the steps of a young child, and it looked like they were cohabitating in that cave. So really cool. I love dogs. So 25,000 years they've been our best friend. We just 25,000 years ago, man went up to a dog, yo, you want to be homies? And the dog's like, I'm in. So anyway, you son of a bitch, I'm in, like that meme. All right. So epicatechin is a myostatin inhibitor blocker. So it's telling your body to block the thing that's telling your body not to grow muscle. So that's important, okay? So it's going to go ahead and work to your advantage. You have everything putting you in an anabolic state, and you're preventing your body from preventing you from building the muscle. And then it also has estrogen, which is it's an adaptogen. It's supposed to help you adapt to exercise, and it's also supposed to help increase the absorption or availability of the bioavailability of the product in there. So honestly, Moab's the way to go if I was gonna spend my money on just one supplement. I don't know that I'm a creatine responder or non-responder. I'm really not. I just take the creatine because it's a cheap product. I remember it working really great when I first took it. You're going to gain some weight initially. It's intracellular within the muscle tissue. It's not like, water. You're not going to get bloated, but it is going to make you gain weight because it holds more water inside the muscle cells. So that would also increase your strength because your muscle cells are more volumized. So yeah, Moab. And, me and Kim kind of switched over to Moab twice a day. If we're not doing anything one day, which is rare, we'd only take one scoop. But again, I can't recommend it enough. So, okay, so back to the other one. Yeah, go to a doctor. If you really feel that it's a testosterone deficiency or that your hormones are low or that's hypothyroidism, do it right. Get a blood test. Find out for sure. Go to a doctor. Don't try to self-diagnose. Don't ever WebMD because you'll end up finding out you're about to die. All right. Other supplements. They sell testosterone boosters. Okay, there's another supplement that's really popular with many companies, and it's even popular with Redcon 1, and it's called Halo. And it's laxogenin, and there's studies on it, but all the studies are done on rats. There's no human studies. People swear by it, though. Like, I'll read comments, people swear by it. I haven't tried it. I'd never push anything on you I haven't tried. So I can't recommend Halo. I wouldn't recommend Halo because when I looked at it, it's just rat studies. And when I did the math of what they were giving the rats to what it would take for your human, ridiculous dosages versus what's the recommended dosage on there. So I'd stay away from it. Another really good product they have is Boomstick. And I say good because they've actually shown that, they gave it to several employees. They took their blood before the Boomstick and their blood after being on it for a little bit. And their testosterone levels actually did go up. And that's the thing about test boosters is most of them do have some science behind them showing that they do raise testosterone due to some deficiency. And most of them will have things like boron or have D-aspartic acid or have, tribulus terrestris. They'll have a bunch of different, things that have been shown in one study or another that kind of do that. But it's not going to fix the underlying problem or the HTP axis, the feedback loop within your body. Really well. And it's not going to boost your testosterone as much. They may boost your libido a little bit. And I don't think women should ever use this because you don't have gonads. So it's not really, it's not going to work unless you're the 0.01%, something like that has some kind of they're born with the inside genitals. But yeah, it's not going to work for you in that regard. So I can't really recommend Boomstick. I'm not a big believer in those. Honestly, if you need to have higher test levels, go to your doctor. They'll probably put you on ACG, put you on HRT, one of those. And especially if you're younger than 40, you don't fucking need to be using any of that. Vitamin D, you're probably, honestly, if you're low T and you're below 40, you're probably deficient in vitamin D, probably deficient in zinc, maybe need some boron. That's about it. You don't need to spend as much money on those products. But again, some people swear by them, but I'm not going to sell something to you that I don't believe in. So you have test boosters. You have an array of shit. I went to a supplement store and they have all kinds of andros, 1-andros. They're derivatives of what prohormones is what they are. And I was around when prohormones were initially first released, and Mark McGuire, he had some in his locker. And here's the thing about prohormones is they are most of them are DHT derivatives, so they're going to lead to hair loss. First off. Secondly, they're not like actual steroids in that they share chemical properties, but your body's going to digest them. One, they're oral, so it's going to be heavy on your liver. Two, you really might develop gynecomastia if you're a guy. You're going to get bitch tits. The last thing you want is boobs. You want to take your shirt off and show off your body with pride. You don't want to have puffy nipples and look all, so you need to be really careful about these things you're buying because it's irreversible unless you go get surgery to have it removed. Or get plugs for your hair. So just, is it worth it? Again, try the other products that don't have these side effects before you're getting to that level. They also sell SARMs in the store. They're not supposed to. Like, I went into a supplement store and I'm like, these, you can't legally sell these, but they were selling them. Selective androgen receptor modulators, and there's science behind them, but they're all not for human consumption because they were never fully made into drugs for human use. They were just, drugs that drug companies were experimenting with. They found certain things. Like one of them that's really popular that that I've seen selling a lot, turns your vision yellow. And for women, it has like permanent side effects. For men, it said, it tended to wear off. I'm like, dude, you're fucking with your vision so you can look more muscular. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you know how important this shit is? And you're taking shit. Like, be careful what you're taking. So straight for me, get your workout right. Make sure you're eating. All right. Do you need to eat every 3 hours? No, your body's really smart about how it does things. But for me, that's just how I don't like feeling hungry. So I eat throughout the day. For me, drinking protein shakes is easier. Get yourself some creatine. Try the creatine out. Let's see. Other things that might help. The L-carnitines that are in the double tap and the silencer are also shown to activate testosterone receptors in your body. So that also helps in that situation for men and women because you do produce testosterone as a woman. So it helps. So those would also help while you're leaning out to help preserve muscle mass or actually even try to build some muscle mass. So I didn't bring up double tap and silencer, but the L-carnitine L-tartrate does have that. So, but that would be the basics. Honestly, if you're going to invest in a supplement, I can't recommend Moab enough. Great product. I feel less sore. I can work out longer. I'm not losing muscle when I, hyper diet. You feel the difference. Like straight up, I feel the difference. When I went to two scoops, I was like, man, I can work out every day. I'm like, oh man, usually I'd work out legs and I'd be sore till Saturday. I'd work out legs on Sunday. I'd be sore till Saturday when I did legs again. Like now it's like Tuesday. Whoa, I'm not sore anymore. That's great. So you're seeing that muscle recovery happening. Great product. Like Kim's been on it for a while. And Kim's just getting jacked. And, she's still at that age where she's able to do that, where I'm at that age where I have to be really careful because I want to get bigger, but I'm also like, well, I think I'm, genetically there's only as big, I was only built to get a certain size, and I'm also like falling apart at the same time. So, I'm being held together by, chiclets and Band-Aids and rubber bands and, whatever, some crazy glue here and there. And I'm trying not to injure myself. So I also have to be very careful about, how I work out smarter, not harder, even though I do work out really hard. But get it done and do that. So any questions, let me know. So here you go. These are 40% off coupons that I know work right now. Don't get mad at me if they don't work tomorrow. I don't know how long they work. 40 off. Delayed. That one should be good up until into July. The other two might expire any day now. Delayed should be good up until July. Don't quote me on it. Let's see. Bigger 30 always works for 30% off. Hurry 25 works for 25% off. I'm supposed to give you mine, T20S Heredia, but it saves 20% off. But what you could do is, since I can only save you 20% off with my shitty code, if you use the link down below to link you to the site, I get a referral credit. So I would much rather prefer you did it that way, and you can save yourself the money by using the other codes I gave you. All right, guys, I'm out. Y'all have a great one. Any questions, let me know, or email me, redconquan@gmail.com. Have a good one.